Hello! Today we are making carne asada fries. Alright, so first we're gonna make our seasoning for our carne asada. And we're gonna start with all of these right here. So we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of each. So we're gonna go a little bit of salt, freshly ground pepper, take some garlic powder, some ground paprika, some chili powder, cayenne for some kick, cumin, and some onion powder. Go ahead and mix that up. So this is just like your store-bought taco seasoning, but at home. Okay, so now that our seasoning's done, we're gonna grab our meat that we just got from the grocery store. Beef flap meat, carne asada. I just got something that said it's meant for carne asada. Alright, we're gonna take our meat, we're gonna go ahead, open her up, take our seasoning, and we're just going to liberally season throughout the whole meat. Go ahead and just make sure all the meat is coated in that seasoning. Make sure season both sides as well, so we're gonna do a little flip. And again, using our hands to just push in the seasoning. Make sure it's all around our meat. Alright, now that our hands are clean, we're gonna go ahead and grate our cheese. Now you can buy shredded cheese, but it doesn't melt as nice as if you grate it yourself. So I did a little trick. I popped my cheese into the freezer for just a few minutes just to kind of get them a little firmer. And we're gonna go ahead and grate them up. I have a nifty little grater here that has a container, but if you have a box grater, that's fine. If you don't have a grater, go ahead and buy shredded cheese, live your life. I'm gonna use cheddar and pepper jack today, but you can use whatever cheese you like, any good melted cheese, right? Alright, so our cheeses are all grated, so I'm just gonna cover it up and I'm just gonna keep it in the fridge until we're ready for her. Now we can move on to the main attraction, the carne asada. So I'm using my big pan here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn both fires on, the back and the front, so that way I make sure all sides of it's being nice and heated. When I do this, I do want to make sure that my flame on both front and back are the same. We're cooking beef, so I like to make sure the pan is nice and hot to get a nice sear. Alright, our pan is nice and hot, so I'm going to go ahead and put our carne asada down. Nice sizzle. Once you put it down, try not to move it. Just get it all in one piece, get it all flat, and then just let it sit and do its thing. It's going to get nice and seared on one side. I usually like rare to medium rare when it comes to red meat. So we're just going to let it do its thing for a couple minutes. Alright, it's been about 3 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and flip our carne asada. And that's what we want to see, some nice sear marks. For this side again, we'll go for another 3 minutes. If y'all can smell this, yum. Alright, it's been another 3 minutes on this side. Go ahead and turn off my fires. Take our meat off the grill. Go ahead and just let it rest for a few minutes on the cutting board. Always give it at least like 10 minutes to just hang out and chill. Allow the juices to redistribute. If you slice into it right away, you see all the juice just running out of it. That's what makes a dry meat. You don't want that. You want the juice to go back into itself. Right. Alright, now that we've allowed our meat to rest for a few minutes, we're going to go ahead and dice it up. Now usually when it comes to red meats or any kind of meats, you want to cut against the grain. So when you look at this piece of meat, there's kind of like lines going through the meat. When you're cutting it, you want to make sure you're going against the grain. So what I like to do is do some manageable pieces first. So I'll cut it into thirds. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut against the grain. Notice how again the lines are going this way, I'm going to cut this way. Now, if you're serving carne asada in bigger slices, you want to keep it like this. But since we are doing it in nacho form, I'm going to go ahead and dice it into cubes. Now that everything is diced up, cheese is grated, we're ready to assemble. So we're going to go ahead and take our fries, and today we're going to use sweet potato fries that we made at home, but you can use any type of potato product. If you want to use chips, use chips. If you want to use regular potato fries, tater tots would be good. Anything you want to do is fine. Frozen, homemade, whatever, do you boo. First, we're going to take our cheeses that we grated earlier, and we're going to melt that onto our fries. So I'll take my cheddar and my pepper jack. Alright, we're gonna put our fries and our cheese into a 400-degree oven just for a couple minutes just to melt the cheese, not too long at all. Yeah, special treat. I got horchata. This horchata is from our local Mexican grocery store. I did not make this, but they make it very delicious. Go ahead and stir up the cinnamon. Alright, just been a couple of minutes and our cheese is nice and melted. Go ahead and take that out. Now it's just assembly time. I'm going to go ahead and toss up that meat and get all that flavorful juice on the bottom and seasonings. Go ahead and top that onto our fries and cheese. We got some things to put on top. Fresh meat from our local Mexican grocery mart. Side note, I make a bomb guac and I make a bomb pico, but we'll save that for later. We're gonna take some of this salsa, this molajete salsa, and just drizzle all over. Has a little bit of spice, not too spicy. Take our pico. Just do a nice dollop in the middle there. Same with our guac. Nice big in the center there. Sour cream is optional. Not everyone likes it, but if you do, go ahead and just add a little bit on the side as well. And there we have our loaded nacho fries. Carne asada sweet potato fries. Thanks for joining us. Now get out of my kitchen.